My primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people.
Here's J.D. Vance clashing with a CBS reporter. It shows us that we are in the age where online discourse has entered the corridors of political power in a 5-year period. That's an extraordinary turnaround.
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted.
But there are 30,000 people in the pipeline, Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country. It's not good.
These people are vetted.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
We'll be back in 1 minute.
Whoa, that's a new type of political rhetoric right there, because now what we've seen in the space of 5 short years is online discourse being rendered on legacy media by people in political power. I can't think of a precedent for such radical change in discourse. Indeed, you can see right now, as the layers continue to peel at different rates in different territories, the United Kingdom still adhering to the previous paradigm. They will say in the UK, because there's been so much compromise in the UK to preserve the idea that multiculturalism is completely sanitary and without consequence, that they've misreported and concealed grooming gangs, nay, rape gangs, in order to preserve the idea that multiculturalism is ubiquitously beneficial. Now in the United States, post-MAGA, you have what appears to be the explicit, overt, articulate expression of the ordinary patriot through the mouth of the vice president. And I suppose what some people might argue is that the reason that ordinary people have that perspective is because right-wing media instruments have propagated the idea of nationalism and the condemnation of migrant populations, that it's not native to feel protective of a country. But of course, that's where you get into trouble, because a nation is going to require borders, and that while there will be hopefully some process of migration and a nation will always be porous, the ideal is that it's preservation of a population. And if you don't have that, you don't have nation, do you? Not in the same way. And again, if you want to live in a globalist utopia, that's also something that could be pursued, but you'd have to have a mandate for it. You couldn't just impose it. You couldn't just say, we're getting rid of nation. That would be crazy. Whoa! How did that get there? Is that freedom straight out of my bowels and into your mouth? Don't dwell on that image. This is a delicious dark roast from 1775. It smells like freedom. Did you know that drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee daily can reduce your risk of death by 29%? No! And halve your chances of heart complications? No! But what's the point if your coffee tastes like it was brewed by someone who thinks soy lattes are the pinnacle of human achievement? 1775 Coffee is here to reclaim coffee from the wokerati, if such a thing is a word or a term even. Hand-picked Bolivian beans. Don't be disgusting. That is not a euphemism for, flicking your old. Roasted in the USA, delivering pure single-origin brilliance without a hint of deceit. Sweet, truthful coffee. It's coffee for those seeking truth, depth, and the clarity to see through life's illusions, which is me and you. Come on, get on board. The best part? Every dollar you spend enters you to win a blacked out 2024 Tesla Cybertruck plus $30,000 of cash. Now, apparently I'm going to be driving around in this Cybertruck. I'll believe it when I actually see it. Because I'm always getting told things like you're going to be driving around in a Cybertruck, and they never, ever appear. If this Cybertruck appears, that is going to be, you will see me drive it. I'm going to drive it in the water. I'm going to see if it works, as Musk claims, as an amphibious vehicle that can also be launched into space. Let's test those claims. Head to 7075. Yes, a Cybertruck, a modern day Ark, ready to navigate the floods of uncertainty. Is this a metaphor? Was the Ark a metaphor? With the strength to carry you through any of life's trials. Head to 1775coffee.com, stock up and fuel your mornings with rebellion. Use this code for 15% off. Don't miss your chance to drive off in a Cybertruck and cash out with 30 grand. I mean, you can have a Cybertruck. We could all have Cybertrucks. Isn't that what we want? Coffee and Cybertrucks. Let's get back to the content. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.